Welcome you back to the Casper Event Center. Kyle Johnson with you. David Settle will be along shortly for the first of two boys 4A semifinals. Girls finals set on the 4A side of things for tomorrow night. Gillette, Cheyenne East, familiar foes back in the championship game yet again. This semifinal will have the Sheridan Broncs, the 13-11 Sheridan Broncs. Don't be misguided by that 13-11 record, though. 6 of those losses came out of state, 4 of them at a tournament in Nevada back in December. The other 3 have came at the hands of the Gillette Camels. So the Sheridan Broncs, a formidable foe for the Kelly Walsh Trojans, who come in at 19-3 overall on the season. Should be a good one here for the first 4A boys semifinal. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll get starting lineups and tip it off here from the Casper Event Center. Kelly Walsh, they will start number 2, Cameron Carter, a 5'10 senior, 10 points, a couple of rebounds a game, as well as 3 assists for Carter. Manny Intula is number 4. He's a 6'2 senior. He averages 12 points, 5 rebounds a game. Sam Marsh is number 5. He's a 6' senior, 15 points, 5 boards a game. Number 11 is Jackson Hyatt. He's a 6'4 senior, 10 points, 7 rebounds a game. And the final starter for the Kelly Walsh Trojans, Joel Strubry, is number 23. He's a 6'4 senior, 5 points, 5 rebounds a game. Kelly Walsh, coached by Randy Roden in his 6th season at the helm of the Trojans, 28th overall coaching high school basketball. For the Sheridan Broncs, number 00 is Blaine Baker. The junior stands 6'5". He averages 4 points, 5 rebounds a game. Aaron Woodward is number 4. He's a 6'4 junior, 10 points, 5 rebounds a game. Number 11 is Drew Bodecker. He's a 6'3 senior, 11 points, 4 rebounds. Coy Steele is number 12. He's a 5'10 senior, 10 points, and 3 boards a game. And the final starter for the Sheridan Broncs, number 1, Parker Christensen, is a 6'2 sophomore, 11 points, 6 boards a game. Sheridan coached by Jeff Martini, his first season at the helm of the Broncs. Intula as well as Woodward in the jump circle for Kelly Walsh and Sheridan. Official gives the ball a couple of bounces as he walks to midcourt. Lets each team know the direction they're going, and blow of the whistle. We're underway, and Intula tips it back to a waiting Cameron Carter. Kelly Walsh with possession first. Up top for Strubby. Back to Carter. Dribble right side goes Marsh. Forces up the jumper off the heel of the rim. Put back up and in on the miss by Intula. That'll get the scoring going early for the Trojans. First possession, first bucket. We're going to have a timeout as we've got a bloody nose for Aaron Woodward. Bloody nose or bloody lip. Now the whistle gets us back into action as Intula with the ball. Long pass ahead. Jump stop. Fired up. Marsh hits from 17. Trojans out to an early 4-0 advantage. Left side, outside. Dribble the left side. Try to feed it low, block, spinning, falling away, and that's got too much pace on it from Christensen. Rebound cleared out by the Trojans. They're on the run. Marsh, kick it out. Intella. See if the hot shooting continues. That's short. Marsh dives on the floor for it. Future college football player is Marsh. Skip pass across. Up high is Aaron Sessions, who came in when Woodward had to go out. Woodward this weekend had Woodard last weekend in the Burlington Huskies state championship game at the 1A level. 3 on the way, and that one short off the front of the iron. Tracked down his own rebound, does Steele. Bowling pins falling all over the floor in the form of Kelly Walsh Trojans. And an offensive foul going to go against Coy Steele. First Bronc team foul of the half. 4A semifinals. Third of 4 from the Casper Event Center. 3A taking place over at the Casper College Gymnasium. There's a 3 on the way. That's offline. Heel of the rim, poked out of bounds. Last touched by Joel Strubby and the Kelly Walsh Trojans. Give it back to Sheridan. KW with a 4-0 advantage early in this ball game. Right side outside for Sessions. He dribbles down to the baseline. He's trapped, ball tipped in the air, taken away by Hyatt, but he can't keep from traveling. Hyatt says, I never had possession to travel with it, but turnover, and Woodward has the bleeding stopped literally as he checks back in. Sessions checks back out. Martini tells him to take a seat on the end close to the scorer's table. Baseline drive, nice move. Some contact there between Struby and Steele. No whistle. Intula rather. Now up top for Carter. Hyatt in the paint, ball fakes, spins back the other way. Hook shot left short, and Woodward clears it away for Sheridan. Woodward, he'll try three fresh off the blood cleanup. Doesn't go down. Long rebound track down. Christensen kick it back out and reset for Sheridan. Crossover dribble and hang in the air. Good athleticism there by Bodecker. And he will shoot the first Sheridan Bronc free throws of the matchup. Trojan foul goes against Hyatt. Drew Bodecker to shoot two. First one back irons, doesn't go down. Sheridan, 66% foul shooting team. Bodecker himself, a 70% free thrower. And he makes one of two this trip. Sheridan gets their first point of the contest. 5:13 remaining in the first quarter. Pass nearly tipped away by Christensen. Three on the way. That's way too strong from Marsh. And it's out of bounds. So Kelly Walsh, after a quick couple of buckets, their first two times down the floor, hit a bit of a scoring lull here in the first quarter. Corner pass, Woodward, three on the way. Are we tied? Nope, rattles off the iron. Good box out by Struby. Carter in the lane, scoops it, rolls it over the rim and off. He will shoot some free throws though. Coy Steele picks up his second personal. See if Coach Martini replaces him. Looks like he will, as there's a Cody Bronc at the scorer's table. That's 22. Braden Lee, the junior, in for Sheridan. Free throw up and in for Carter. Second one on the way. And that one rattles down and through. Lead back to 5 for the Trojans, 6-1. Right side for Bodecker. He gets into the paint, hangs in the air again, tries to use the glass, cannot. Up high for the rebound, one-handed is Intula. Hyatt back to Intula. Corner for Carter. Intula head fake, steps in, baseline, nice move to the glass and score it for the senior. He's got 4. Kelly Walsh has an 8-1 advantage. Baker drops it off for Bodecker. Right side, Woodward. Skip it up top, work it all the way around. Christensen on the baseline, contact, no whistle as Struby ended up on the floor. Woodward's going to try from downtown again. He can't find the mark here in this first quarter. And a defensive rebound cleared away by Struby. Marsh, couple of low dribbles into the corner. This is where Intula took off from last time. Nice dish there. Hyatt driving the lane. It rolls off the rim. No good for Struby. Christensen and Struby tangled up. No whistle. The officials let them hash it out themselves. Now Christensen with the basketball. Checks back to his coach for instruction. Right side for Bodecker, and stepping on the line, I guess, on the in-line, turns it back over to Kelly Walsh. Tristan Bauer, a sophomore, checks in for Cody. Woodward back to the Bronc bench. Coy Steele getting water. I thought he was out, but he was just getting water. Blaine Baker did check out, though. First K-Dub subs, Holden Eckhart, number 22. Marsh hangs in the air, kicks it out, straight on three, and that one goes down. Kelly Walsh off and rolling. They're out to an early 10-point advantage. It's 11-1. Coach Martini letting the Broncs try to figure it out here as he does not stop the clock with 2:29 left in the first quarter. And there's a still for Intula. Intula on the left side tries to go up with the left hand. And that shot blocked away. Body contact will result in free throws. As we get back to the action here at the Casper Event Center, 4A boys semifinal. Intula missed the first. Misses the second as well. Up high for the rebound. Ben Lechelat. Maybe Lechelat. He's got the basketball now for the Broncs. Baseline drive. Intula cuts him off, but he's whistled for a blocking foul and trying to do so. Manny's first. First Kelly Walsh team, or second team foul rather. Crowd's starting to pick up a little bit here at the Casper Event Center for the boys semifinals. Pretty dead in here during that 4:30 game. Bodecker drives. Ball fakes, uses that extra step, but can't score it. Rebound pulled down by Struby, and then a cheap foul picked up by Drew Bodecker. Just took a swipe at the ball as he headed past Struby and caught some of Struby. So first foul on Bodecker, fourth Bronc team foul. Aaron Sessions back in for Sheridan. Bodecker will have a seat on the Sheridan bench. Pass ahead, Struby. And there's an offensive foul. Christensen, nope, check that. That's Lechelat that got his feet set. That'll be Struby's first. Third Kelly Walsh team foul. 1:42 to go in the first quarter. Broncs still looking for their first field goal. They've got a Drew Bodecker a free throw. Try to spit it out eventually. Out of bounds. Stays Bronc basketball with 1:34 left. Sessions, three on the way. That one's about as pure as you can shoot a three-pointer through. And the junior off the bench gets Sheridan their first field goal. Broncs needed that. Hyatt nearly had it taken away. Nice dish. Struby had cutters coming from both angles. He picked Struby. Struby finishes and one coming for the senior. Sheridan foul against Tyler Larson. And one coming for Struby. Sets his sights on the rim and scores the free throw. Back to a 10-point Kelly Walsh advantage. 1:08 to go in the first quarter. And we got a whistle as Lechelat tried to get to the basket. Holden Eckhart picks up the personal. Fourth Kelly Walsh team foul. Few fouls here in the first quarter. Sessions traveled with it, trying to get headed down the lane on the drive. That'll give it back to Kelly Walsh, who has the 10-point advantage in this 4A boys semi. Hyatt checks back in. Kelly Walsh looking to get to the finals for the first time since 2014. They were here last year where they lost both games and went home. Both these teams actually missed the state tournament last year. Sheridan had a good run of making state, but not getting any games won. Last night was their first win at the state tournament since 2003. Sessions tries the ball fake. Carter doesn't fall for it. He just takes it away. Now Kelly Walsh on the run. No look pass, lay it up and score it for Hyatt. Kelly Walsh firing on all cylinders here in this first quarter. They've got a 16-4 advantage with 25 seconds left. Lee up top, and we're going to get a whistle. Second foul on Tyler Larson. Sixth Sheridan team foul. Struby will toss it in. Aaron Woodward checks back in. Jump stop in the lane. Marsh falling away. That falls off the right side. Offensive rebound, Struby. Kick it out for Carter. Trap in the corner coming, and Lee knocks it away. It will stay Kelly Walsh basketball. 4 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Carter was on the baseline. Official made him switch to the near side out of bounds line. Marsh steps in, then he loses the handle on it as he was going to get a good look from the elbow. Woodward fires it down to the horseshoe end of the Casper Event Center, and the first quarter's in the books. First quarter. Sheridan looking to get things rolling here to start the second quarter. Bodecker takes it to the cup, can't finish it. Rebound pulled away by the Trojans. Ball nearly taken away there as Carter bounces back and retains possession. Intula, Struby. Actually, that's Hyatt, who was camped out in the lane and spins away from the defender, scoops it under and scores it. Hyatt with 7. Kelly Walsh with another steal. Sheridan in danger here of this one getting out of hand early. Carter, offensive rebound, no look dish out. Struby, baseline jumper, leaves it short. Tipped back up. Intula underneath, too far underneath. Contact. Official symbolizes it was straight up. And Sheridan clears it out. Quickly ahead come the Bronx. Pass underneath and scored off the window, up and in for Blaine Baker. That's the junior's first basket. Cuts the deficit to 12 for the Bronx. Carter breaks what was a little bit of backcourt pressure from the Bronx. Left side for Marsh. Struby up top. Intula, good look at a three on the way, and that's nothing but the bottom of the net. Intula also has 7 for Kelly Walsh. They've got a touchdown apiece from Hyatt and Intula. Baseline drive cut off and tipped around. Rebound pulled down by Baker. He goes back up strong with it. Coy Steele, who had 2 first quarter fouls, back in there for Sheridan. Missed that first take to the basket. Intula picks up his second foul. 5th Kelly Walsh team foul. Baker to shoot a pair. Baker on the season, 20 of 29 from the line, 69%. And he hits the first here. Tim Nolan, the senior, checks in for Randy Roden and the Kelly Walsh Trojans, as does Holden Eckhart, the senior, both back into the game. Seniors and sophomores make up this Kelly Walsh roster. No juniors, no freshmen listed for Coach Randy Roden. Baker takes his time to shoot the second. Bends at the knees, eyes, and hits. Eckhart gets it into Carter. Carter crossover. Crosses midcourt with the basketball. Outside for Marsh. Martini maybe thought Marsh stepped out of bounds. Couple fancy between the legs dribble. Then he's forced down to the baseline. And a whistle going to go against Blaine Baker. That'll be Baker's first. 7th Bronx team foul, so 1 in the bonus for Sam Marsh. Marsh, 81% foul shooter, best shooter on the Kelly Walsh roster. Sam headed to Rapid City and Black Hills State to play football as he rattles the front end down. Kelly Walsh sub on the way. Hyatt checks in. Eckhart to the bench. Second of 2 for Marsh. That one left short. Rebound off the head of Woodward, right back into Marsh's hands. He'll go back up strong with it, but he traveled on the spin move in traffic. That ball was tipped around and right off the top of the head of Woodward before Marsh gathered it in and traveled with it. 22-8. Kelly Walsh with a pretty good lead here in this first half. Christensen dribbles up to the top of the key before he dumps it off to Tristan Bauer, the sophomore. Kick outside. Woodward 3 on the way, and that one swish. Woodward, a 31% shooter from downtown. Connects there for the Bronx. A basket they desperately needed. They're still doubled up at 22-11. Carter, fancy dribbles. Now he gives it to Struby, and Struby gets the feet going before the dribble. Give it back to Sheridan. Holden Eckhard's a busy man, just running from the bench to the scorer's table as he's been subbed in and out several times in this first half. Steele drives, kicks it off for Bauer. Bauer into the lane. Marsh upset with himself that he drove by there, and the sophomore scores his first bucket of this semifinal game for the Bronx. Upset Marsh in doing so as well, did Bauer. Outside Eckhard. Woodward works on him. Bronx in a man-to-man defense, and Baker a little bump on Jackson Hyatt. Baker will pick up the foul. I have Baker for 2, so I'm off 1 on somebody. We'll get that lined out. Team foul number 8 on the Bronx. Hyatt to shoot 1 in the bonus. And he does not get the bonus as he misses the first. Bauer draws contact again. Marsh in the middle of it again. He will pick up his first personal foul. Marsh lying on his back just kind of lets out a big sigh. Sixth Kelly Walsh team foul with 4:18 to go in the first half. So bonus free throws for both teams the rest of the way out as David Settle ready to join in momentarily. We'll let him get all set.
I'm ready.
He's in. Baker up, can't score it. And he will go back to the line for Sheridan.
Hopefully you can hear me now.
I can hear you.
Well, that's good. Better than nothing, I guess.
Surely if one of us can hear you, all of us can hear you. Foul goes against Struby, his second.
I'll tell you what, to this basketball game, but Sheridan doing a nice job trying to steadily work their way back into it here. didn't get some shots to go early, but looking better here in the second quarter and a lot more composed.
Talk about this too, David, is a lot of these guys for Sheridan probably never played in the Casper Event Center. There's always a little bit of an adjustment just to the whole setting as a whole. Wide open spaces compared to most gyms you're used to. So that may explain some of those missed shots, but they're back within 7. Check it, back within 8 at 22-14.
Absolutely.
Nope, that's Eckhart in the lane. He rattles one down and through.
Well, Kelly Walsh has been one of the favorites all year. Sheridan obviously led by their 2 guards. And then you got 3 outstanding players that play. They supplement some guys off the bench. As you see the dive on the floor there and the sacrifice that both teams want this one so badly. That's what I love about just sports in general, is that sacrifice of trying to preserve something for your team and battling for a jump ball situation there as Kelly Walsh, and they get the possession arrow.
Good heads up, too, by Hyatt as he thought his player had possession of it. He came running in trying to get the timeout to retain that possession.
Yep. This is a Kelly Walsh team, I think, on a little bit of a mission here.
Carter not afraid to throw the no-look passes, as that one not his fault on the takeaway because he wasn't involved in anymore, but Sheridan with another steal. Yeah, what did Coach Roden say the motto was? Chasing history, 80 to 81, leaving a legacy 16 to 17. 81, the last Trojan State championship. 3 on the way. Woodward, who had that blood mix-up in the first quarter. Eckhart, right place, right time to take that away. Trojan on the run. Actually, I should say Trojan singular, as Eckhart was kind of 1-on-3 there, and he commits the offensive foul.
Good play by Braden Lee, backup guard, who Coach Jeff Martini kind of goes to give a little bit of breather for Coy Steele as senior leader. He and Bodecker are the 2 senior guards who have had a lot of success in their careers in a number of sports, but most notably Steele, Gatorade Football Player of the Year and a senior point guard leader. But obviously you need to give it, and that's a great play, recognizing Eckhart's going to force the issue and just stand and take the charge.
Christensen, I think maybe a little more open than he thought he was going to be when he turns around, but a good job to use the glass and score it.
Well, what was 18-4 down to 8 right now.
Steele picked up 2 fouls in that first quarter. Carter fires away. I don't know if that's the shot you want when Sheridan's clawing back into this thing. Woodward on the left side, finished with the right hand and the layup. How long will Randy Roden go before he takes a timeout? I guess there's your answer, as it's down. Back to the action, out of the timeout. Kelly Walsh with possession. Sheridan on a run.
Interesting zone look here because it's a pretty decent Kelly Walsh shooting team.
And Carter going to test it. That one rattles out, no good. Marsh tracks down the offensive rebound. Foul on the floor. No, they are going to say a shooting foul. Woodward will be whistled. Interesting start to the game for Woodward. He took one either in the nose or in the chops on the very first play. It was at his nose and had to set out there for a little bit. He picks up his first foul here, and Sam Marsh back to the line, 1 of 2 in his first trip.
It's kind of tough because he's one of the better free throw shooters in 4A boys this year, up at 81% for the Trojans. Marsh and Hyatt, they're 2 best players, but Carter and Tula, they've been up playing varsity ball. Now all these guys have really for 3 years. Eckhart a little bit the last 2 years. Struby's been kind of the last 2 years as well. As Roden's had some guys, he's had some groups of players roll through, and last year they were highly disappointed. They lost in this game to Cheyenne Central in a hard-fought 3-point game.
Is that a game you did? I remember one of those games being a really good game.
Yeah, it was. That was the game I did.
Nice dish underneath there for Christensen to score it.
Well, look out for Sheridan's not going to go away. Jeff Martini, even though he's in his first year, wise enough coach to say, hey, we can still hang with it. Don't panic about the big deficit.
Good quick hands there by Tristan Bauer, the sophomore for Sheridan, to cause a turnover. He had a nice take to the basket earlier. He's going to try it again along the baseline. Creates a little space. Not enough English off the glass. And Marsh up high to get it. Kelly Walsh will reset. I mentioned this in my open, David, and you probably have more of a take on this than me as Marsh misses the angle 3. But this Sheridan team probably pretty well battle-tested as well. They have 11 losses, but not very many of them have come against teams from the state of Wyoming.
Right, and that is a huge, huge benefit for them as Eckhart misses one point blank and got it knocked away by Lekalot. It's one of those where you look at their non-conference record and you go, oh, this isn't a good team. But then you look at who they played in the non-conference, and they got beat by some pretty good competition. Yeah, they got beat by a 3A Riverton squad that was pretty good. A lot of teams have been beat by Riverton this year.
I was going to say, Kelly Walsh got beat by that same 3A Riverton squad. There's a 3 from Eckhart.
But it's one of those where, yeah, they were battle-tested. And between the senior leadership of the guards, who Steele and Bodecker were both on the bench, I believe, with foul trouble right here, you got some talented guys around them. Guys like Woodward, who shoots.
That was from NBA range, just not quite enough mustard on it. And then off the legs of Lekalot and out of bounds. Did I say that right that time?
Lekalot, indeed, yes. And then Parker Christensen is a super talented sophomore, and he is a load to deal with. Their leading scorer coming into the state tournament most of the season has been Bodecker, but Christensen stepped up, had some better offensive performances in the last 4 or 5 games, including last week at regionals. So he's taken over the team lead in scoring. But you basically have 4 guys that go between 9.5 and 11 points per game. So it's really balanced. A number of guys can step up, and I've alluded to that senior leadership, and even though they're not on the floor, it's still a calming influence in huddles, and you can work your way back into games.
And they've done that here. They trailed big. Now they got it down to 6.
I think 5, actually. I think it was 20, wasn't it 25-20?
It might have been.
It might have been 24-20 even.
Now back to 9 after the made 3-pointer last trip down from Eckhart for Kelly Walsh.
Time winding down, and boy, that's an unforced error.
6.3. Not sure where they were going to go with it for the final 5 seconds, but Randy Roden not real impressed as he walks down the length of his bench with his back turned to the floor. Pass ahead for Bauer. Bauer penetrates. High dribble, nearly gets away from him. Eckhart maybe gets away with a little bit of contact there. Semifinal coming up next. Sheridan with the basketball out of the locker room. Steele with it, top of the key. Swings it left side for Bodecker. Steele drives. Maybe got an extra step there. Missed as Baker put it back up. He couldn't finish either. And Sheridan goes empty on their first possession. Carter, Marsh, Intula. Said that wrong about 5 times tonight.
Manny Intula. Don't worry, you're not the only one.
Intula misses the chance at the rebound there. Woodward up off of the Jackson Hyatt miss. On the run are the Bronx. Christensen on the baseline from close, can't finish it. And Hyatt up for another rebound for the Trojans. Carter drives left time, falling away on the baseline. That's a quick shot for the Trojans. Rebound pulled away by Bodecker. He's got the Bronx on the run. Bounce pass to Steele, goes with the left hand on the right side, can't finish it. And he will go to the line, or is that a rebounding foul? It's going to be a rebounding foul, so Kelly Walsh basketball. Parker Christensen picks up his second personal. Steele a left-hander?
No.
Interesting, he elected to go with the left hand there on the right side. That's the only reason I asked.
No, he's a right-handed shooter.
Intula takes
maybe
the
he's
inbound.
trying to catch him off guards.
Yeah, and maybe the way that the defense was coming in just called for that switch.
Yeah.
Little pressure backcourt for the Bronx. Kelly Walsh works out of it. Marsh drives the baseline. Reverse, score it. Nice take to the basket there by Sam Marsh. He's also got 7, so 3 Trojans with 7 apiece. They have 31 as a team. They have an 11-point advantage. Woodward works to the top of the key. Now he drops it off for Bodecker. Swing it over to Baker. Bodecker drives. Stepping in. Now a 3 on the way. That one rattles off the iron. Doesn't go down for Christensen. Up high goes Hyatt. No points missed there as we lost the stream momentarily. Thanks for hanging with us. Had a little bit of a power issue.
And now we don't have a camera issue again. We still got audio, though. Let's just continue that direction here.
I can do a radio broadcast. I usually do it on web stream anyway. So you'll get the voice as Strobe underneath the Kelly Walsh basket.
Now we're back to it. We're okay. Now the other way.
Hyatt with a basket for Kelly Walsh. Lead back into double figures, 33-22. Shot on the top of the key, short from Coy Steele rather, and it will be Kelly Walsh basketball. Long rebound, nobody touched before it went out of bounds on the far sideline.
Apologies for the technical difficulties, but I think we're back under control now.
Hyatt, skip pass to the corner for Marsh. Ball fake as he jump stops in the lane, tries to toss it down low for Strube. Plenty of steam on that pass, and it goes out of bounds off of Strube's hand.
Marsh with plenty of steam on a pass. Can't figure that one out.
Never heard of such a thing, huh? Mentioned it. Marsh headed to Black Hills State to play football.
He's a pretty good player in a number of sports. I'm surprised he decided not to go with basketball, especially how well he's played this year.
Let Steele go by him there. Steele in front of 3 Trojans in the lane, misses off to the right. And Eckhart, who checked back in for the Trojan, grabs the rebound. Mention Eckhart, one of the guys off the bench for Kelly Walsh. He's done a good job. Marsh drives, jumps, tries to go over Baker. He gets the shot off, misses it. Bodecker up high to clear it off the glass for Sheridan. Woodward, swing it. Bodecker penetrating, forced out, and the reason he was forced out was a foul going to go against Manny Intula. Intula's third, first Kelly Walsh team foul of the half. 3:49 to go in the third quarter. Not a lot of points put up by either side here in this third quarter. 4 for Kelly Walsh, 2 for Sheridan. Lead holding at 11. Woodward will try the 3 from the far sideline. Doesn't go down. Baker grabs the offensive board. Now he comes up to set a screen for Bodecker. Bodecker jump stops in the lane, forces it up with lots of strength to get that up. And the ball goes out of bounds off of Christensen. Give it back to Kelly Walsh.
They will crash the glass. There's no doubt about that, and Sheridan does not mind playing a physical brand of basketball.
Hyatt got himself hung in the air. He threw a pass at the feet of Strube. Baker reels in the miss, and here come the Sheridan Broncs. Bodecker goes down the left side, up with the right hand, and an offensive foul going to go against the senior guard.
That's big.
That'll be Bodecker's second.
Third, actually.
Oh, I missed him on one.
That's why he was on the bench late in the first half, I believe.
Fine, we'll just add one to his total over there in the first half. .312 left in the third quarter, and there's another errant pass. First one from Marsh on the last time down was at Strube's feet. This time he throws it over his outstretched leaping arms, and back-to-back turnovers for Kelly Walsh. Sheridan not able to capitalize on the last Trojan turnover.
Turned it over themselves with the foul.
Randy Roden's got the sleeves rolled up. Woodward got the feet going, and there's another turnover. Back to the action as Kelly Walsh breaks the timeline with it. Under 3 minutes to go rather in the third quarter. Neither team has scored for what seems like forever. Eckhart going to try to break that trend. His three-point attempt is short. Kick it back out, and a foul on the floor before the kick out as Carter puts the 3 in that doesn't count. Now it gets even worse for Bodecker as he picks up foul number 4 here in the third quarter. Back to the bench he goes. Baker also to the bench. Bauer checks in. Carter tosses it in and tosses it away as Marsh can't handle the entry pass. Another Kelly Walsh turnover, which would be good if Sheridan could capitalize on it. They have not been able to do that, though. See if Coy Steele can get him going. He drops it off for Aaron Sessions. Sessions nearly lost the dribble. Now he does. Carter takes it away from him. Just a pickpocket steal for Cameron Carter. Just about to go under 2 minutes in the third quarter. Eckhart. Swing it left side for Carter. Hyatt drives down the lane, scoop it up and score it. Kelly Walsh back in the scorebook.
To me, Hyatt, maybe their best and most key player on this roster. And I've even heard Randy Roden refer to him that way as well.
He's got 11 now to lead all scorers in the ball game. And there's a miss from the near side corner for Sheridan. Rebound pulled away by Kelly Walsh. Good anticipation
Gravy.
there by Sage Sessions. And Gravy works too as Carter to the hardwood. Oftentimes it works out that way. You're the guy picking yourself up off the floor and you get a foul to go with your troubles. First on Cameron Carter. Second Kelly Walsh team foul in this third quarter. 1:20 to go. Championship spot on the line as there's a nice look from Sessions. Feeds it down low to Christensen, who finishes it off the window. He's got 6 for the Sheridan Broncs. Still an 11-point Kelly Walsh advantage. Clock about to go under a minute here in the third quarter. Just gets under a minute before a whistle stops it. Eckhart was trying to drive baseline. He was cut off by Sessions, but Sessions will be whistled for his first personal foul. 4th Bronc team foul. Hyatt signals for Carter to come to the top of the key. Backs it nearly to midcourt before he sends it back in. Skip pass to Eckhart. Hyatt stands in the lane. Needed to get out of there. Carter, 3 straight on. That doesn't go down. Up high for the rebound. Eckhart clears it away. He goes up. Shot partially blocked and then taken away. Here come the Sheridan Broncs. Steele with it on the rush. Left side, skip it underneath for Christensen. His shot blocked. But Strube got some body contact there, and he will pick up his 3rd personal foul. That'll send Parker Christensen to the stripe. Christensen, a 54% free throw shooter. Sheridan as a team, 66%. First one up and in for Christensen. Second one left short. Marsh clears it away for Kelly Walsh. Carter with 15 on the clock. Dribbles to his right, then to his left. Now he drops it off for Marsh. Marsh heads in with 8. Eckhart has a cutter. That's Hyatt. Nice dish, Strube. And he gets a defender in the air, misses, puts it back up, misses again, and that will do it for the third quarter. Strube had 2 good shots. Give him a shout out. Strube to toss it in. Hyatt takes a handoff from Carter. Defensive pressure from the Broncs, a long ways from the basket, nearly at midcourt. Dribbling his way to the floor, and then a timeout given to Randy Roden before the tie-up happened. Start this just like we started the fourth quarter with a Strube inbounds pass from the near sideline. Carter to Intula, who spins in the lane and connects. Intula now has 9. He's creeping towards double figures. Sam Marsh, the only Trojan stuck on 7. There was 3 of them there at one point. Hyatt has got up to 11. Baker tried the straight on 3. That one rattles in, pops back out. And Hyatt grabs it off the bounce for Kelly Walsh. Marsh gets it to Hyatt. Stops on the elbow, steps out of the lane, avoids the 3-second call. Intula, far side in the corner. Woodward works on him. Entry pass down low for Hyatt. Marsh with his hands high in the air on the angle. They don't get it back to him. Instead, Hyatt spins and fires and hits. 13 now for the senior. Leads all scorers. Baker going to go to work and lose it out of bounds. Struby, I believe, got a hand on it, though, to poke it out of bounds. 6:29 left in this ball game.
Well, and Baker with a strong, aggressive move, and I don't mind that if you're Sheridan, but not maybe his forte, and Darnier just lost that himself.
Yeah, it didn't look like there was a lot of contact, like you said, David, as Christensen steps inside the paint. His shot going to be left short, and another rebound for Jackson Hyatt.
Tough to put that up over the lengthy Jackson Hyatt. Such a good, smart player for Kelly Walsh.
Intula takes it on the near side in the corner. Entry pass in the low block for Struby. Gets too far underneath. Somehow forces something to go up and in. Doesn't use the glass. Just kind of rolls it over the front of the rim.
Might have gotten away with a hook there, too, on the baseline.
Baker going to try it again. Instead, he kicks it out. 3 on the way. That's off the back of the iron. Doesn't go down for Brandon Lee. Intula on the other way. Lay it up, and too much pace as it rolls off the rim. Mentioned this in a lot of broadcasts, but it's tough when you're at a full sprint to get slowed down enough for that layup.
This one.
And
it could be 94-91 and both teams wouldn't care.
Because the other one thinks they can outscore each other, correct?
Yeah, pretty much. There will be some defensive plays made, just not a lot of defense played.
Shot partially blocked there as Marsh comes away with it for Kelly Walsh.
If that comment makes sense to people out there watching on the NFHS network and listening in.
Carter drives to his left, cut off. Now he stops back. Now he'll try to penetrate again, forces up the jumper. Struby goes up high to catch the air ball. Marsh straight on 3. That looks good, but it's short. And Struby grabs it. Back door wide open. Eckhart, that's an easy basket for the Trojans.
Becoming increasingly difficult when you're down 18 with 5 minutes to go.
8-0 start to this fourth quarter for Kelly Walsh with 4:52 left, so 3 minutes gone by. Now we're going to get a whistle. 2 officials go hands in the air. Push against Sam Marsh. Second on Marsh. 5th Kelly Walsh team foul.
It is March, you're correct.
The green threw me off. St. Patrick's Day coming up.
It is March 10th, semifinal day.
Steele drives. He picked up an offensive foul that way in the first half. No whistle this time. I think they kind of let the contact go from both sides. That's Steele's first bucket of the ball game.
Wow.
Maybe a big reason why Sheridan's facing the deficit they are. They trail by 16 with 4.5 minutes to go in the 4A boys semifinals. Intula. Couple of pivots, and then he takes it to the glass, uses his left hand to score.
And that's just a veteran move there by Intula, a guy who's played at the varsity level for 3 seasons.
Woodward tries to score it. Dish pans out. Steal a line from our old buddy John Gabrielson. Good instincts there by the Steele. Back up, can't finish it as Steele stole it away. Now he's sliding across the concrete of the Casper Event Center. He's off the hardwood, nearly under the barricade on the far sideline.
Hopefully we caught that on camera because that was impressive to say the least.
You mentioned you like to see players leaving it all out there. He did it there for his Sheridan Bronx. Long pass ahead for Intula. Marsh gets it back from Hyatt.
Now K-Dub kind of taking the air out of the basketball here, and you can see the Bronx certainly are trying to double team and get and that works out there.
Yeah, Christensen makes a sacrifice of his own as he comes sliding across the floor, and then a foul on the way to the basket. Marsh not happy with himself as he picks up the foul.
This is third. Okay.
Third on Marsh. Intula has 3 as well. Struby will check in. Marsh to the bench.
There's just so much to be said for going through a game experience like this a year ago with all these guys, most of them back, didn't lose a lot. Good strong move. Boy, Steele just can't get the roll, and Baker slapped it out of bounds there, as you see. But Sheridan, to me, is a year away, and they, to me, would be a heavy favorite coming back if Coy Steele and Drew Bodecker weren't seniors. but they are. But you still have building blocks. Baker's a good role player, but then Christensen and Woodward as a sophomore and junior respectively, guys that'll learn from this experience against a veteran ball club.
And even Tristan Bauer has impressed me tonight off the bench, the sophomore, so some more youth for the Bronx.
Boy, Cam Carter showing off the handles there.
He's done that a couple of times tonight. He just goes coast to coast, lay it up, finish it.
That foul is 15 feet on the floor, so they'll wipe that off, ball out of bounds. Good call by the official. This is not quite the NBA yet.
Working that way. Not necessarily, as Carter will throw it in under the Trojan basket. Foul goes against Sessions, his second. Long pass comes in. Not sure what would have happened as well, as the net was grabbed before that ball went in. There's a steal and a layup, maybe. Christensen about didn't get slowed down in time. Parker's got 9. Backcourt pressure applied by the Bronx. Kelly Walsh works out of that easy enough.
As a veteran ball club, Randy Roden is really wanting his team to show discipline and space the floor. Spacing, I think, is a lost art today, not only in the game overall, but especially at the high school level. If you space it, it becomes just that much more difficult on the defense. And they've got a lot of guys that can handle the ball, too, i.e. this guy.
Yeah, Hyatt doing it right now, and he'll drop it back to Eckhart.
Probably don't want it too much in Struby's hands, but... And at this stage of the game, if you're Kelly Walsh, you just need to be strong with the basketball. I talk about that all the time. You got to be strong with the ball.
There's a risky cross-court pass. And Tula takes it to the rack. He'll score it. That will be an and one.
Although, not sure that's going to work for them with how well Kelly Walsh does shoot free throws. And I say that, and Tula shorts that one off the front of the rim.
Yeah, that was well short for Intula. Steal for Bodecker. Bodecker nearly loses it. Intula gambles on it. And Intula takes it down the lane and lays it up and in with the right hand. Nice take to the basket for Bodecker. Bodecker just with 3 points, so the two seniors not getting it done scoring for Sheridan. And
officials saying, okay, enough out of that, as the steal kind of walked back. And we'll see if Eckhart can knock these down. Nope, airballed it.
That was one in the bonus to be in an air ball from Intula.
As a team, they shoot 67%, which as a team is actually not too shabby in 4A boys this year.
Bodecker to the rack again, another layup for the senior. He's got 4 of them in the last 2 possessions, wide open at the other end, and Eckhart will use the right hand for the easy kiss off the window. Holden's got 9 for Kelly Walsh. There's a block by Hyatt, and now a whistle and an offensive foul as bonus fourth quarter. Got some fans that must be tired of standing somewhat impeding my view as Steele goes to the hardwood and slides on his backside. No whistle for traveling. Marsh can't save it, though. It'll stay Cody basketball. And game here from the Casper Events Center, the nightcap. Their opponent to be determined coming up momentarily. 3 on the way. Woodward can't get it to go down. Ball tapped around.
That's a good call. You hear so many fans, coaches say, that's not your call. You can't call it. That's his call down low. And it's like, hey, you see it? Call it.
Yeah,
it's a foul. Foul's a foul.
Long pass ahead for Intula. And he will reverse it on the right side with the right hand. Three-point play complete for Intula. He's got 16 to lead the way for the Trojans. Sessions out. Woodward, 3 back irons, doesn't go down. And now a foul. Aaron Woodward. If I was a better reader, my broadcast would be a little better. Woodward makes the first of what is now turned into 2 foul shots. That one too strong off the heel of the rim. Tipped back, 3 on the way, and that's the bottom of the net for Brandon Lee.
Braden.
See, I told you if I could read. It's right on here.
Well, Hyatt.
52-37. Kelly Walsh trying to play out the final 30 seconds as they will be in the finals. And blocking.
Kind of was the, got a little extra on that one.
That wouldn't be a football move from Coy Steele, would it? As he misses the first of now two, as it's double bonus time for Sheridan.
Oh, I thought maybe there was a lane violation, but you're correct. It was 2 shots.
0 for 2 for Steele. He's going to set on 2 points. Hyatt tries the one-handed slingshot again.
Well, up 15 comfortably with 17 seconds left. All over but the shouting for Kelly Walsh, and some of the fans are certainly excited about this. But their big game will be tomorrow, trying to end that drought.
Carter going to put one up right as time expires. He can't get it to go, but Eckhart will tip it back up and in. Old-fashioned game of 21. That would put somebody back to 0, but not the case in real life, as Kelly Walsh on to the finals tomorrow night. They will play in the nightcap as they knock off the Sheridan Broncs 54-37. And back into the state championship game, they await the winner of the following game. Campbell County Rock Springs coming up next on the NFHS Network. David Settle.